Right then everyone, welcome to the new little brum brum car called the BMW something LMDh. And well, this is the new little toy we get to play with on iRacing. And first impressions, I've done, how many laps have I done? Let's bring up that for you. I've done 2 laps. And if you like the LMP2, I think you're going to like this a lot. If you like the LMP1, I think you're going to have to get used to it a little bit. The braking zones I think will be quite similar, and yeah, it's a little bit tricky under throttle. Be cautious with your right foot, definitely. But the biggest thing with this car is we've come to Daytona because I think they're trying to get it ready. Well, it is ready for the Daytona 24, so they need to make sure it's absolutely right. Otherwise, we're on the iRacing Daytona setup, so completely stock. Haven't tweaked a setup or anything like that, and it feels very comfortable. I'm not going to lie. Minus a slow corner. It's not too bad. Coming out of slow corners is very much like an LMP2. You need to be cautious on that throttle. LMP1 is similar on the braking distances, so that was quite nice to get into. Obviously through the bus stop it wasn't ideal. Takes bumps really well. I know that's very unlike the LMP2, or at least last season's LMP2. It's changed a lot this season. But yeah, otherwise I'm quite happy with it. And we seem to have quite a good hybrid system at the moment, so it's on balance. So the target percentage is 50%. But you can actually turn it up and down if you wish to attack and recharge. And what it does is it changes the state of charge. So you see there my target battery SOC, so SOC is state of charge, is actually 50%. So that's what it's aiming for at the minute. And then what I can do is I can switch that to attack and it says 0. So what it wants to do is utterly deploy everything, use all of the battery. Now obviously that will make me slower on the next few laps because I'll either run out of battery or I need to charge it back up for the next few laps. But if you're coming on an in lap or something like that, seems very nice. Seems to brake a lot under regeneration on braking, so that will be well fitting for the LMP1 people, particularly if you drove the Audi like I did. Rip Audi! Elongate your braking zones would be a thing I would imagine to get that regen back of your battery. The battery in this isn't too powerful at all, so we need to bear that in mind, but it seems to be doing okay. Just to mention about that hybrid system, because it is going to be one of the competitive advantages that you could get around certain circuits with this thing. So it does regen under braking alone, which is quite nice, and what it has is no deploy, qualifying, attack, balance and build. So what the W12 and W13 do is actually you're only allowed no deploy and qualifying in a qualifying session, and then you're allowed attack, balance and build in a race session. I was on attack for quite a number of laps, so bear that in mind. You can actually attack for a few laps. The hybrid system isn't very powerful in this compared to the old LMP1s. The LMP1 hybrid system was like 300 or 400 or even 500 horsepower. I think this is about 50. I can't find anything anywhere else, but I think it's about 50, 60 horsepower or something like that. So compared to what the LMP1s were, not very powerful, but it is a bit of a boost. Now it does seem to use it on full throttle only, so if you're on partial throttle coming out the corners, I didn't see the battery deplete, but as soon as I got on full throttle, the percentage is starting to drop. And as it's one of them things, if you did elongate your braking zone, you are going to regen a lot more battery, and then you can stay in attack mode more often. The thing with this is you only get a certain amount of changes of map on the boost system per lap. So in the W12 and 13, I'm guessing the 13 because I haven't driven that yet, that it was 4 changes per lap. So you need to use your changes wisely. Daytona, it'd be one of them things of using the attack on the oval and then probably using balance on the infield just to bring up that boost so you're not using too much. But time will tell to see where we can actually benefit from this boost. Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what all the setup gurus come out with to make this car a little bit nicer. See, I've been on attack for a few laps now. We're at 60%, so I don't know if that's my driving style with the brakes there. No idea. Or is it pot luck that it is actually quite efficient on the boost? No, it seems to not use the boost until later on. You see the percentage falling there, but coming out the corner it stayed there. So we just cruise around here. Look, it's 73%. I'll approach the throttle and now it goes down to 72%. Nice and easy around here. 75, 75. Now on full throttle and it's going down. So yeah, maybe it's only on full throttle that the boost actually comes alive. But we seem to have got quite a good few laps on attack here, which is good to know. There could be other tracks where we could have issues with hybrid regen, but this seems quite nice. Very, very stable, to be honest. Very, very stable. I quite like this. Right, as mentioned, a bit of conclusion time. So yeah, I did quite enjoy it, not going to lie. Now, braking is gentle. As you can see there, we locked the front up, so I know I'll put the brake bias a bit more to the rear. So I think it was 52, turn it to 51, come to the very next hairpin, and I'll lock the rear axle and go around in a circle like that. So I'm only putting that in there just to let you know that the braking is a little bit interesting. So be very, very cautious about that. Once you get it down and once you get it sorted, I think I was on 53% brake bias in the end. Like I say, brake nice and easy. It's going to help the regen, so that's always a win-win-win. Otherwise, I did quite like it. It's not going to be my Audi R18, the beloved thing that I have mentioned about 6 times in this video already, but you are going to get a lot of that. I'm going to call that the hashtag BMW wiggle. Join me with the hashtag. I think you're going to get a lot of that coming out of a lot of the slow corners. It's got a lot of power that it tries to put down. I think it's like 600 horsepower just from the engine itself. So you've got a lot of power going through 2 wheels and you will get a wiggle on. If you do set the traction control up perfectly, it should be absolutely golden. But if the traction control is a little bit sleepy, you will face the other way quite easy. So be cautious. Once you get into 3rd or 4th gear, it absolutely flies. It does have 7 gears, so make sure you come down enough gears for your corners, otherwise you'll plow on with the understeer. But yeah, waffling now, but yeah, I did really enjoy it, to be honest. It'll be interesting to see what it races like. I've seen a few of the sessions. My fastest here was a 33.8 in this session. I think some of the top guys are doing sort of 32, so I need to find some pace. They could have, they didn't tweak the setup because it is fixed setup on the iRacing series that's going ahead in week 13. So yeah, I think 32s will be the top guys in what they're doing. But if you're used to an LMP2, you will like it quite a lot. Not gonna lie, not gonna lie. Otherwise, I think that's about it from me. If you've got any questions below, and would I buy it? I would probably buy it. It's going to be a very popular series, I think. I think it's going to divide the LMP2s, and obviously LMP1 people have got to go somewhere, so I think it will be quite popular. I think the participation will probably come from LMP2 mostly. See, locking front brakes again. Braking is going to be an art in this thing. But I'm going to sign off here and leave you to watch the car just go around in a circle. Otherwise, if you are new here, don't forget to like and subscribe and do that lovely YouTube stuff. We do live stream on YouTube Wednesday and Fridays at 9 PM UK time. If you do want to come in and say hello, no doubt we'll be doing some stupid things in week 13 because normally we do hosted races. And then we'll get into week 1 and hopefully give this a good old race in the ESS or IMSA. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will catch you on the next one.